What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinter Lens content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I just have one message for you in this video, and that is, well, it seems as though Bitcoin is pretty much in a bear market. I mean, the entire world is in a bear market, but that's not the message. The message is that there has not really been a better time to get into Splinterlands and start leveling up your deck than right now. Probably the only better time is before July of last year, because had you come in, you would have been scooping up some $20 crons and $30 Yodins. But we don't live in that time anymore. And unless you got a time machine, I don't know that prices necessarily go back down to those levels. We might continue to see dips in the price overall, depending how long this kind of global economic meltdown lasts, and if there will be any kind of intervention, how long that intervention would take to really prop up the markets some more. But I'm not really focused on the outer markets right now or the broader markets. I just want to talk about the cards here. Now, I was looking at Chaos Legion, and one of the things that I've talked about previously is how good of a time it is to level up your Chaos Legion decks. So if we go here, let's go to Splinter cards again real quick, and I'm going to just check out. We are now up to 2.6 million packs open. So we've only opened up another 100K packs or so since the last time I was checking this in a video at some point towards the end of last week. So just a couple of days ago. We're at 6.79 million sold. So there are a lot of cards coming for Chaos Legion. The prices could still go down, but it seems as though we have normalized out to the point where people who are buying cards, selling cards, buying packs and opening packs have reached somewhat of an equilibrium, right? And we're going to be, in my opinion, kind of in this weird little homeostasis state for the next couple of weeks, potentially months. Who knows how long things go along. As if the market, broader market, and the crypto market continue to dip further, we could see prices jump down a little bit. But even with everything that has happened so far, there are cards that are definitely holding their value, especially ones like, the top legendaries here that I've been looking at, the Queen Mycelias, the Quixote, Dr. Blight. So again, I'm not saying that there won't be better entry points in the future, but I'm saying this is definitely one of the best entry points that we've seen in a while. Now that's talking about Chaos Legion. What I was actually wanted to focus on, or what I wanted to include in terms of our focus, was also Untamed and potentially Dice. Because as I had referenced before, the best time to buy Yodin was maybe 7-8 months ago when Yodin was going for $30, Kron was going for $20, and Untamed hadn't sold out yet. But Untamed is gone now. We know that modern format is coming. And these cards might just be worth checking out or taking a closer look at, right? So we are in a situation now where player growth is probably not going to be as, hyperbolic, or sorry, not hyperbolic, as parabolic as it was in the second half of last year, where everybody was expecting the bull run to continue and have a blow off top. Obviously that didn't happen, but the anticipation and some of the euphoric sentiment was there as we were seeing asset prices within the game really, really start to rise. So right now, we're in very, very much of a cool-off period, and we seem to have settled in, like I said, first looking at Chaos Legion, and now looking at, first looking at Chaos Legion, we seem to have settled in. I guess the other thing that we could look at for Chaos Legion too is, I was really hoping for $2 summoners. We might get down there if you place some bids, but I feel like a lot of people are scooping these summoners up as soon as they go under $3. But let's go ahead and back to the Untamed cards. And, a couple that I want to call out that I was just looking at a couple of months ago, for example, right? So the big ones here, Yodin was $1,000 at some point. Kron was pushing $600, I think. Llama, like all these cards seem like they're down, anywhere from 40 to 50% in terms of like this top row here. I think I even saw Lear Deep Swimmer, Mimosa, and Chansey is going in the 250 to 300 range for a short period of time. So these have come down significantly too. Let's see, what else do we have here? Vigilator was one that I almost bought for $100. Camila was the one that I almost bought for 130. Again, this was when I was doing a lot of shopping, or just a lot of window shopping, but also trying to figure out if I should be buying these cards or waiting and holding off for Chaos Legion. I decided to hold off for Chaos Legion, obviously, and now I'm in the process of trying to max out my Chaos Legion deck. Let's see. Diamond Dragon was definitely above 100 for a certain period of time as well. And then looking at some of the epics and rares, I mean, yeah, a lot of these card prices are down more than 50%. So here's what I'm trying to get at. And I'm probably going to make another video talking more broadly about investing in cards versus investing in SPS or something like that. But right now, this video is just about if you want to build up a deck and be a competitive player at whatever league you're in, or if you're trying to get up to higher leagues, this is a good time. This is a good time. Everybody else is distracted. The world is kind of going into meltdown mode. And if you're part of that and directly affected, then yeah, playing games and spending money on games probably isn't the best place for you to do it. But if you have discretionary income and you're looking to spend it in a game that you will enjoy, right? Because this is not financial advice, and I'm not saying that these card prices are going to go up anytime soon. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of really cool cards that are much cheaper than they were 3 months ago. And that, again, that's looking at Untamed, Dice, and of course, Chaos Legion. Now, my focus with Chaos Legion is to max out a deck fully, just so that I can be able to play at some of the higher levels, especially once Modern Format comes out. I'm very close to getting all of my summoners maxed for gold. And once I'm there, I will start to look to accumulate more and more. The thing is, going from gold to max level is like essentially doubling whatever your investment is. So I'm going to be happy on gold and try to finish the seasons in diamond. The problem is I just don't have enough power, right? So my rating is actually almost good enough to get into diamond, but I do not have enough power to get into there. Although as I go through, I'm slowly nibbling here and there, buying cards, leveling up commons. And, you know, for power, one of the things that I think I've talked about on stream, which I may potentially, do as well, is loading up on some of the cheaper, I guess some of the cheaper gold foil commons, both here and the rewards cards, because they're cheap first and foremost in terms of overall value, right? So to go, let's say you max out, let's say you can get these all for like $1 to max out your Gargoyle Scrapper, it's going to cost you $38 US dollars, which again, I'm not saying is a lot or a little money. I'm just saying that relative to the amount of investment I've put in, and I'm sure many other people put in, $38 to max out a gold foil card is pretty good. We could continue to see the prices drop, and that would be awesome. And I'm really not looking at this at rare and up. To me, common is the only one that makes sense, because you can max out some of these cards for $50 to $70, especially some of these higher priced ones here, right? So Silent Chavi, let's say you get it for $2, under $2, you'll be able to get that for $75, $76. So again, this is not a YOLO FOMO in, do whatever you can to grab all these cards. This is not a card investment thing. This is me looking to build up my deck because I feel like this is a really, really good time to do that. And, if you are playing, if you're an active player and you are or you're new and you're considering getting in, it's much better to be getting in right now than even 3 months ago. I was spending a ton on these rewards cards just a couple of months ago before Chaos Legion came out, and then the prices of rewards cards absolutely tanked. So again, it's hard to determine investment value from a card standpoint just because the meta is changing, and so I've kind of taken a step back from that. I do have cards, and I'll rent out, especially the gold foil ones that I have, because they'll get me a little bit more in terms of DEC, which I'll turn around, flip, and use that to level up my deck. But on the whole, I really, really do feel like this is a phenomenal time to get in. And again, it's not just Chaos Legion, although Chaos Legion is what I will be focusing on first. But as I'm going through this and looking, and I'm looking to play this for the long term, if we don't get Modern Format for another 2 months, potentially 1 to 2 months, that's enough time for me to continue pouring in, earning more within the game, and then pouring more into some of these other cards potentially to round out a Modern Format deck. So just something to think about if you have been considering it, or if you're kind of worried about what's going on. I totally understand. But from a player standpoint, from the perspective of a player, I think this is a fantastic time to get in. Chaos Legion packs are still available if you don't want to be buying singles off the market. But if you're new and considering building out a deck, I think singles are the way to go. It's just easier. Summoners are relatively cheap. Let's go back to this again. You know, if you play the market here, you can probably get $3 to $3.50 on a lot of these summoners whenever they dip. And I would, recommend potentially using a bid system like Peak Monsters to get them if you're looking for a specific price. But on the whole, like I said, there is a ton of potential right now as we're kind of in this holding pattern, waiting for the rest of the crypto market and I guess the broader market around the world to figure out what happens next. But the beautiful thing about gaming, and now specifically crypto gaming, is that it doesn't end. It just keeps going. And if you enjoy it, there's a lot of things to get involved with. Tournaments, there's a lot more tournaments these days. Modern format is coming. This might be a great time to potentially look into guilds as well, or starting your own guild, because the price of DEC, or I shouldn't say the price, the value of DEC has dropped significantly. But I'll get into all that in a future in other videos. Right now, I just wanted to tell you that at this point, even though I'm looking to max out my Chaos Legion deck and I'm working diligently towards that, there are a lot of really cool legendary cards within Untamed that are at somewhat attainable prices now, right? I mean, look, $100 for a 1b6 of a card, that's still, for me, that's still a little bit more than I would like to spend. But as we get to the bottom here, potentially looking at some of the, Camila as another summoner here. I really like Diamond Dragon. I've always wanted to play with a Dark Hound Dragon Jumper. There's a lot of options here. Speaking for myself, like I said, some of these prices up here are still too much, but they are down significantly from their recent highs. And again, it could drop further, but they might be good entry points if you were ever considering getting in. And especially with modern format and a lot of the esports stuff that's coming around, I definitely want to have a competitive deck specifically for modern format. So that's what I'm looking at. Would love to hear your perspective, where you're coming from, and what you are looking at. That's all I have for you guys in this video today. Have an amazing rest of your day. I will see you around the game, and I will catch you all in the next video. Have a good one.